Hello and very warm welcome to Dr. Ahmed YouTube channel. In today's lecture, we shall be talking about the epilogue portion of the drama Dream on Monkey Mountain by Derek Walcott. I have recorded previously lots of videos on its excellent scenes. This epilogue was remaining for the benefit of the students. I'm going to discuss this epilogue and the situations which take place in it. Everybody knows that this drama is a dream, and there are many dreams within the dreams. And this drama can also be referred to the dream of a post colonial subject in order to visualize, in order to articulate the wishes and the desires of a post colonial subject. But the epilogue is quite different. It goes to break the dream, and ultimately the characters fall in reality. And in fact, this can be called as the post drama activity, where characters are talking to each other in reality, and the real situation is being depicted by the dramatist. So let us see how this epilogue is about at the end of the drama. It is like this epilogue: the cell bars descent, Tiger, Suris, and Macaque in jail. So that is the scene of the jail where Tiger, Suris, and Macaque are present. That the same scene is there which had started with the start of the drama, and right now we have the similar scene here. So Macaque speaks and says that his name is Felix Obain. Felix Obain, the corporal, returns to the spotlight, holds up the mask. Now, this statement of Macaque is very important here because Macaque is not using his real name, and he is instead talking about Felix Obain, the name which he possibly have. So it means that in his dream he had a different name, and now in reality he's got a different name, Felix Obain. This is the name which he is carrying with him, but in the drama, during the dreams and during acting, his name was Macaque. Now this Macaque is there, the corporal is there, and Tiger and Suris are there. So Tiger is there to cry out a little bit about the similar chorus matter which had happened in the beginning. For example, Tiger says, Mama, don't cry, your son is in the jail already, your son is in the jail already. So these lines of epilogue go to remind us about the start of the drama or the beginning of the drama. These lines not only perform this function, but also they create a type of link between the dream of the drama and the reality of the drama. So Tiger is speaking the similar lines that Noma, your son is already in the jail. So in that way, the link has been established with the very first scene of the drama, where these type of lines were repeated by the chorus, and these lines continue with that. After some time, we have some other lines. Let us see what these lines say. For example, Corporal again repeats the same question by asking him, "What is your name?" "Hobain, my name is Flex Hobain." Now, if the readers remember that in the beginning, when the name was asked to Corporal, was asked to Macaque, at that time, first Macaque was not ready to tell, and the people started to name him like an animal, that he's a macaque and he's a monkey, and then he is a nigger, and then he is a black person, he's an ugly person. These were different names which were given to him. But here, the name is immediately reported by Macaque, that the epilogue is going to prove that Macaque is not a stubborn character. If he has been put the question by the policeman, he's there to answer the question quite rightly by saying that his name is Felix Hobain. And this thing continues in the text. For example, we can see that Corporal says, I must itemize these objects. What is your race? What is or has been your denominational affiliations? What he is in for Corporal? The question comes from Suris. So Macaque says, my name is Felix Hobain. Hobain, I believe in my God. I have never killed a fly and cannot sleep. Where is General Tiger? Where is General Rat? All night with no sleep. So before answering the question of Tiger, Macaque answers the question of Corporal by repeating these lines, that I'm Hobain. And he says that I'm a so innocent person that I have not killed even a fly in my life. However, he was unable to sleep all night, and this type of mental disturbance is reflected in his speech when he again repeats that, where is General Tiger? No, there is no general actually. There is no General Rat actually. They were in his dreams, and now he's speaking the same thing. So delirious condition of his mind is still existing, or this has been used to connect this ending epilogue with the things which he has been doing during his dream. So in the same way, the tone continues, and corporal puts the next question. Your name is Sobain, and must mark that on the charge. Makak, what is the charge? Drill him, constable, drill him. Corporal says, shut up, charge. The reason why you are in the jail, it is only for a night, and the moon is growing thin. When the sun rises, I will let you go. You live up there on Monkey Mountain. Makak, yes, you been, Sir Morn Makak, called Binier. I does burn sell coals in my friend. Well, he is dead. 65 years I have, and they killing me. Makak, for my face, you see, is as I so ugly. These statements of Makak as Flexabane show him that he's a very good type of person. He accepts every detail in the charge which is on him. That is not being told here in this epilogue. In the beginning of the epilogue, bit by bit, the information is coming up that he is charged something because of which somebody is in the jail. So that is why there is some charge on him. He says that he's done nothing at all. Why the charge should be there? He says that he's living on the mountain. Then he's got a companion and a friend also. He burns coals and sells these coals as well. And information about his age is also given, and he also repeats the same thing of the dream that he's called ugly person because not a beautiful kind of person is called sometime Makak as well. And the name which he tells, Surmor Makak, that name is repeated here once again. So in this way, connections are many, words are being repeated, and the dramatist is able to make us realize though the environment of dream has ended, but the impact and connection of the dream keeps on there. So in that way, once again, we have a sane, sage, and wise Makak in the presence of Corporal. And Corporal is also not appearing to be a very harsh type of person. He too gives this information to Makak that it's just a matter of one night. Punishment will be given only for one night, and after that, he will be free to go his home wherever he lives. And Makak is living on the mountain, and this thing is accepted and announced by Corporal that Makak is living on a mountain. So, in this way, the behavior of Makak is quite different. However, the behavior of Suri and Tiger is not different. They are behaving in the same way as they would behave in the main portion of the drama. But let us see more what is inside there. The discussion goes on, get a lawyer, and I see uglier than that already, friend. And Makak says, then am I here? What happened to me? And that is the answer when he puts the full question. He says, Corporal says, drunk and disorderly, you break up the shop of Philistine. Il Cinder yesterday, Saturday on market day, I watch you whirling, preaching in the market. You insulted a friend of mine, market inspector Cepheus J. Pamphilian. You called a poor carpenter an agent of death, then you start drinking, and before you cause more damage, I bring you in here. You had a rough night, friend, but it's a first offense. Now what is this? Hordes of the mask, everybody around here. Here have one, why you must keep it, cut it, talk to it. So this is the speech that is delivered by Makak, by Corporal, in order to make him realize that he is in the jail, not without any charges. He is there. The charge is there that in the marketplace he has been attacking the shops of the people. He's been insulting the government officers. He's been insulting one person who is busy in making coffins for the people, and he was making rough noises there, and that is why he was brought to jail in order to stay there, because he was drunk possibly, or he was having some kind of disorder of the mind. So in this way, the explanation is coming up that Corporal in the dream was there, but Corporal is really kind person right now, and he is there to tell Makak. So reader is also being reminded what had happened in the market, and as we have read the drama in full, and the people who have not read it, they may go to the other videos of the drama of Act 1 and Act 2. They will be able to see that this type of thing did happen, but in a dreamlike way it happened there. It was not the kind of reality it happened there, but in reality this thing was happening. It means that Makak did have some drinking. Makak was having some fit of mind, because of which he was behaving in such a way. So allegorically, the nature of the drama was present in the beginning and in the second act of the drama, but without allegory, here we are finding the clear-cut connection of the dream-like environment with the environment of the reality, where in epilogue these things are being explained by the dramatist, what had happened and how it had happened. Continuing with the same tone, we will be able to discover something really very amusing in the coming text. For example, Tiger says, you like white woman? Eh, old man, I can imagine your dream. Look, I see it. The face of the sun moving over the floor is morning. Niggers, cannibals, savages, stop turning this place into a stinking zoo. Believe me, old man, Unlocking the cell, it have no salvation for them and no hope for us. Macaque steps out, you want this? Macaque looks at the mask. So here we see that the time of the stay of Macaque inside the chair is ending because the sun is rising. Macaque and Suri remain the same. They discuss the words of Macaque, that Macaque had been saying that he saw the dream of a white woman. So they cut a joke at him that you like white women. Have you seen it? Is it your desire to do so? So in that way, white women's importance or the threat of the colonizer, that is white woman, is the kind of object on which the colonized subject may be having an eye and may be dangerous for him. That is also being reflected here. And ultimately, the discussion comes to the mask, that here is a mask, Mr. Macaque, if you want to have it, because the sun is rising, and so therefore you are required to go back to your home. Your punishment has ended. Take the mask. Do you want it, or you want to talk to this mask or not? So mask is once again the thing which makes us reminded of the two functions of the mask. One is the mask which is in most of the traditional stories and fables, that wearing of the mask can lend special powers, or it can be the second self of a person as well in order to talk to the mask. And the third is the hiding of the mask, as most of the time the colonial master tries to mask his face, appears in a different way, and ultimately his face becomes like the mask which he begins to wear. So in that way, mask has number of qualities and ways to be used, and therefore it is associated with the colonizing, and then it is associated with the African fables and stories as well. Going down more in the epilogue, we may be having certain other things as well. For example, it is Corporal says it's a market Sunday. It was when you came. It's Sunday morning now. That noise is from the Church of Revelation. You want this? Go with God, old man. What happened, nigger? You're going soft in your old age. Go on, go home. The Monkey Mountain. Walk through the quiet village. I will explain everything to Alcindor. Sometime it's so much pressure. Go on, your. So in this way, Macaque is released, and Corporal is very kind. He says that he will be giving this information to the man whose shop was destroyed. In this way, everything will be forgiven. Corporal says, listen to them, listen to sister all night. He says also that church is also there, and there are the voices of the church, beautiful voices. He says that religion should be given some importance as well, because it's Sunday, and as a result, Macaque is released, and he should also think about this. And then somebody from outside is calling, and definitely it's Mystique. Now, well, in the dream, Mystique is dead, but in reality, Mystique is still alive. In Epilogue, for example, Mystique comes with the bags, and he says that there is some man, Flexobain, they call him Macaque, he's in the jail. And Macaque also, when listens to Mystique, he also calls him, and Mystique delivers a very historic speech, and that speech is really here, and I'm repeating the speech for you people. Time and tide wait for no man. What happened to you? What he do, Corporal? You must forgive him. He live alone too long, and he does catch fits. When the full moon come, a frenzy does take him. A Flexibane, poor old Flexibane. Since yesterday morning, I looking for you. I went up the mountain, you wasn't at home, and you know Alcindor promised us 2 bags. What happened? I bear how you mash up Alcindor Cafe. I have Bertilia outside. If is any damage, Corporal, I will pay you for it. Sometimes in life, Corporal, a man can take no more. He don't know why he born, why he suffer, and that is what happens. So Mystique delivers a historic speech to show the miseries of mankind. For example, Macaque is a lonely person, and he has been living his life in that with no friend, no people were with him, and as a result, sometimes he has the fits of mental disturbance. And the same thing he's explaining. He says that he is ready to pay for anything which is damaged by him. And Bertilia once again comes up. Bertilia is a donkey that is bought by these two people together, and therefore he repeats in the end that everything can be settled by thinking that sometime it comes that when you are unable to take any more of the things which are happening around you, and as a result, madness can occur, and that madness has been reported here again and again in the form of Macaque that Mystique is also repeating. So that is the speech of Mystique, going to show that even if he was shown to be a greedy man in the text, or he was shown to be a small man, but here he makes a big speech at all. And then Corporal also says that nothing has happened and everything has been forgiven. Corporal says that he wants to go out because the night has finished, sun has come, and Tiger and Suri demand for their breakfast and remain in the same way. Makak says, God bless you both, Lord. I have been washed from shore to shore as tree in the ocean. The branches of my fingers, the roots of my feet could grip nothing but now. God, they have found ground. Let me be swallowed up in the mist again, and let me be forgotten. So that when the mist upon men can look up at some small clearing with a hut, with a small signal of smoke, and say, Makak lives there. Makak lives where he has always lived in the dream of his people. Other men will come, other prophets will come, and they will be stoned and mocked and betrayed. But now this old hermit is going back home, back to the beginning, to the green beginning of this world. Come, Mystique, we are going home. So in that way, one can see very clearly that Makak also makes a very historic speech here. He says he has played his part. Whatever the things were there, he has done it. It may be the things which are holy or unholy, maybe for the sake of his people, maybe not for the sake of his people, but then he has done the thing and ultimately he's going back to his own country, his own place, his seat of living, his home, let's say, and there he says he will be continuously living. He says after him, a number of other people are expected and they may be coming in order to do the same things which he has done, and the possibilities that they may come. And then he ultimately says that both of these people should go. And the chorus also repeats the same thing by saying, I going home, I going home. This paragraph is significant in many ways because it may be the writer wants to say that one dream has been told to the people through the drama, and possibilities that some other person will come and have the same dream. So it's a type of invocation of the desires of the people that they may have, and if the desires go very much strong, and ultimately these desires can throw away the yoke of slavery. This thing possibilities being repeated here in the shape of the speech of this Makak. And secondly, he says that whoever comes to correct and reform or give benefit to the people, that person is mocked at, that person is stoned all the time. History has proved it, and in the future also the history will do the same with the people who want to change the lives of the people. He says that he is now the person who can understand that nothing is possible for him, though other people possibly may be doing it, and the only possibility for him is that he may continue to live his life in the same way as he was living and spend his time in the same situation. So that is why he calls Mystique to go home, and the repetition comes in the end in the shape of the chorus, I'm going home, I'm going home, that the people are going to claim their home and they are going to live in father's kingdoms, and that is what the Makak is doing. So at heart it has not been accepted that their home has been snatched. They say that the home is there, and this home is in their father's kingdom, and they will be living in that. So in this way, the determination of living in one's home is also present here. Though a lot of intervention has taken place, but still the happiness, the determination of claiming the home of Father's kingdom, that has been talked about in the end of this whole epilogue. So here the epilogue finishes, and Mystique and Makak walk towards the mountain, Monkey Mountain, and the curtain of the drama falls down. Here altogether the epilogue also ends. So in that way, dear audience, we have completed the whole drama Dream on Monkey Mountain. Many of the issues have been raised, many of the questions have been asked, and answers have been found out during different videos that I recorded and discussed with my student also. Here it is the close of this video as well, because everything has been said and talked about this drama. Hopefully seeing you in some next video. If you people have watched it, understood it, something you like it, go to the subscribe button. Do not fail to hit it. And thank you very much for watching. Here altogether this video stops.